Hello, I'm Daisy Mack and this is Spiritual Mixtape, and today we are going through a breath work to set your frequency. So I would say right from the outset to save this breath work, to download it and keep it somewhere where you can refer to it again. The reason being is this is not a one and done vibe. This is your way at maintaining and cultivating the energy, the frequency that you actually want to live in. And of course, first and foremost, when we are going into radical self-care, which is what this is, it's about how we experience the world, how the individual experiences the world. But the bonus and what is so wonderful about this particular breath work and this whole notion of setting your frequency is it's a total dream for those around you as well. If you have spent your life wanting people to connect with you, yet feeling like you kind of missed the mark or you jumped the gun on saying something, and, you know, when you calm down, you're like, oh, I could have said it this way. Or perhaps you reflect back on a situation and you're just like, that is not how I wanted to come across at all. This whole breath work is for you. When we move through life and we say we want peace, like we use our words and I want peace, or I want to, cultivate abundance, all these things that we say, but then our actions are stress, overwhelm, people pleasing, and we're not actually doing anything to cultivate peace, calm, abundance, health, wealth, any of those things, then of course we're not going to experience life in any of the ways that we have a secret hope to. I mean, it's not so secret if you're out there saying it, but if you're not intentionally putting action behind it, you're never going to get there. But like I said, I personally love this practice because you feel great and you don't feel like a victim anymore. You feel very much in control of what you are in control of, which is in this life very little apart from your own emotions. But when you see people change how they respond to you because they are having a different experience in your orbit, like you're giving off peaceful vibes and they're giving them right back to you, it feels great. But you do have to maintain this. This is like watering a plant, tending to a garden. You have to nurture your energy. And you have to be intentional. That word again. I've got to say, when I started working with intention, it must have been about 2018, like when I was diving back into yoga, and I had this big corporate, tough job. I was a vice president, and I used to think when the yoga teacher said it, shut up. I don't need someone to tell me to move intentionally. Whatever. And I was full of resistance. Slowly, as I started to accept that being intentional was going to change how I felt, and it was going to impact how others felt about me, it was life-changing. Not easy for me. Doesn't mean that that's how it will be for you. It wasn't easy for me because that was the path that I was on. But starting to set my frequency every day and being aware how that frequency impacted others, because I think that was a big difference. Like if you listen to Friday's episode of the podcast, I talk about releasing to manifest, and I talk about the ways I used to manifest when I was younger, which was very much about what I wanted and how it would change my life. And because I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about how it would impact others or how others might feel, I just didn't. When you don't come from a ton of money and you're ambitious and you're young, you don't spend a lot of time thinking about how others experience you. Now I am older and I care for my community. I want to set my frequency first for me. Always, you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first. Got to, you can't drink out of an empty cup, as they say. I first do it for me, and then I do it for how others will experience me and how that will impact, cause a ripple effect. So, setting your frequency. Do this daily. Do it before important meetings, before any meeting, before hangs with your friends. I love to do this before parties, before engagements. Like, set your frequency. I also do this. This isn't necessarily something that I teach. It's interwoven into what we do at Spiritual Mixtape. But this is me today giving you a breathwork that I rely on because of my own human shortcomings. I do this because in the last few years, it has been easy for me to dial down to the lower vibration. It has been easier for me to feel fear. It has been easier for me to want to hermit and hide. And that's okay. But I don't need, just because that's how I feel then, that does not need to be how it continues for the rest of the day. I don't want to have to cancel things because I'm not quite feeling right for it. Or I don't want to get into a dinner and be such a low energy that, my friends are like, what's happening here? So I set my frequency because this is really coming from this place actually. For me right now, this is because I want people to experience me as I want to experience me too. So I set my frequency. So this morning I did set my frequency. I did a really long breath work and I came out of it and I'd only had like 5 hours of sleep because I'm on a bit of a journey and I was feeling a little overwhelmed with some of the work I've got on at the moment. And when I checked my Fitbit score in the morning, for those who have a Fitbit, I was at 50 something. I can't remember 50. I don't remember 50 something, which for me is so low. And I was like, I just cannot let this day. I'm too busy. I have to record an amazing podcast for my people. I just have to show up, and I cannot let today be about the sleep I haven't got. So I'm going to change my frequency right now. And I really dug in. And I decided to record this podcast about setting your frequency before this rubbish night's sleep, because I wanted it to play into the manifestation stuff that we've been doing this weekend, the workshop, the release to manifest on Friday. This felt like a very natural Monday breath work, like a more experiential episode. But it just so happens that I was having to do the lesson myself this morning, and it works. And I've done it again before I've recorded this podcast because I am a bit more tired today. I am a little bit overwhelmed with what I've got on my plate. But I don't want to show up here with I wouldn't even call those negatives, but I don't want to show up here without giving you my full attention, my best mood. I want you to be here as well in your best mood. Whether you're lying in bed and like completely chilled out, I still want you to be in like the best mood you could be while you're lying in bed and chilled out. Maybe you're driving into work. So listen, my people who are driving, you probably can do a breath work while driving, but I will always suggest that it is a better experience for you to do this while you've stopped and while you won't be disturbed. So that's my suggestion. And of course, if you have medical conditions or if you're pregnant, it will be worth consulting your medical provider before you go into a breathwork practice. Now, this particular breathwork is short and sweet. I've probably been talking for longer than the actual breathwork is going to be. Life. And that's it really. Like, if you've practiced with Spiritual Mixtape with me before, you know that I use a thing called a recovery breath. It's 2 inhales for every exhale. And I'm always hitting my mic. 2 inhales for every exhale. The whole idea with breath work is to control and slow the breath, to put more oxygen in and change the level of carbon dioxide out. That has a chemical reaction in the body. It gives your heart the ability to oxygenate more blood. It's not that your heart beats faster. It's that you're putting more oxygen in so the heart can be more efficient about its main role of pumping blood. When there's more oxygenated blood in the body, all of our organs, every part of our brain gets to be more efficient, gets to switch on, gets to come off dormant. And when we come off dormant, when we switch on, we allow the stress response, which unfortunately most of us live in all day long, which is really the left side of the brain, the logical side, the one that's like ticking off things on your to-do list. It allows that side of the brain to come off high alert because there's more oxygenated blood. You're no longer in panic mode. You're no longer in stress mode. And you can start to move and delegate some of those tasks over to the right side of the brain, the creative problem solver. So when in doubt in life, if you're feeling stressed, take 2 inhales for every exhale, just like this. Now, when I teach this personally, or if you've ever come to one of my yoga classes, I like to give the cue, deep belly breath, then a breath into the chest. Exhale. Belly breath. Heart breath. Exhale. 2 inhales for every exhale. Doing that alone is going to calm your system. Now, when we do this intentionally to change our frequency, we allow our mind, body, and emotions to come together and shift our energy. I want to just take you straight into this so you can feel it and be in your own vibration today. So as I set up my music, I want you to get really comfortable, and I would love you to pick your frequency. So if that feels a bit foreign to you, or if you're like, I'm not even going to guess what Daisy means by frequency. The frequency I picked today was productive. I was like, I need to feel productive because I'm tired. But set your frequency to abundance. I love the abundance frequency. That is, in fact, like, I feel like I should give you more examples. Happiness is a frequency. I want to say chilled is a frequency, but I feel like that's just me being colloquial. I'm not sure if for Spiritual Mixtape it's a frequency. I am okay if you don't agree with that. But abundance frequency, should we use that as a great example because we are on the manifestation tip right now. The abundance frequency. I want you to, if that feels good for you, work with the abundance frequency. And if you have a different frequency that you're ready to set and you are like, I want people to feel that vibration from me today, that's great. So start to settle down. You can close your eyes if you want. I'm going to do this music and then we're going to lean in. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start by finding our breath, breathing in all the way to the belly, into the chest. Exhale. Breathe in. And again, let it go. Breathe in. Again, let go. Breathe in. Again, let go. Breathe in. Again, release the breath. Okay, if you want to keep going with those double inhales, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to guide some deep inhales. Just the one here, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can make a big sighing noise too if you want. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now move with intention and connect in with the frequency you want to set. You may begin to see colors. You may feel tingles. And it's absolutely okay if you see nothing at all. Keep the connection alive though, holding deep into that frequency. Now repeat to yourself the frequency you have chosen. I am, I am, I am. And now let's bring the breath in, and on the inhale, we're going to keep going with the singles. And if you are feeling like you can keep going with the double inhales on your own, do that. Inhale, I am. And exhale, your frequency. I am. Frequency. I am. Frequency. I am. Keep feeling it. Frequency, let it go. I am. That frequency. Oh, you're doing so well here. Breathe in. Let go. Breathe in. Let go. Breathe in. Let go. Breathe in. Let go. And say again, I am. I am. I am. Set it in your body now as well. Perhaps there's a particular part of your body that's really resonating with this energy. I can really feel my left thigh. So perhaps there's a real place where this energy finds a home in your body. And if your mind wanders at any point, just catch it and come back to I am the frequency. I am the frequency. And I'm going to breathe with you here. If it feels good, and only if it feels good, take the double inhales with me. Breathing into that belly of yours, then into the chest, then letting go. Breathing in, and again, and release. Breathe in, and again, let go, breathe in, and again, and release, breathe in, and again, and release. Now keep up with the deep breathing or the double inhales if that feels good in your body. But I want you now to start to imagine how that frequency is going to play out in your day to day. See it within your body, see it within your life. Finally, see how others respond to your frequency. And then lovingly let all of these visions go. And let's just find our breath. Breathing as a community is always stronger than breathing alone. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. You're doing amazing. You've changed your breath, you've changed your frequency, and you are attempting to make the world and how you experience it that little bit brighter. That is all positive. That is all a beautiful karma. And your day will reward you for choosing to pour into this. So I have loved setting our frequency together. Please do save this. Use it liberally all over your life, not just in the mornings, but before you go out, before a big meeting. Frankly, just any time of the day where you know you are living in a frequency that isn't for your highest and best. If you have enjoyed today's episode, I ask you kindly to leave a review. Your kind words and support mean everything to me, but of course they help to grow our community. They help to spread the word a little bit further. And since here at Spiritual Mixtape, we just want to make the world a tiny bit better and have a positive ripple effect. We hope that you will consider being part of that vibration too and leaving a review. Until Friday, I will see you then, and I hope that you have an amazing, amazing week. There is a full moon this week. We are about to have all the planets going in a forward motion as well this week, just for 1 week. So enjoy, manifest boldly, manifest brightly, and above anything else, enjoy the frequency that you are setting.